Good evening, everybody. This is Proz Crypto Talk Hour on the Voluntary Virtues Network. I'm your host, Randall Parker Jr. Today is Wednesday, September 10th, 2014. We got Bitcoin prices floating between 475 and 485. Pretty much been in that range, down to about 456 in the past week, and as high as almost 500, 497. When I started prepping for the show about an hour and a half ago, the price was at 483. It is now down to 479, 478. So the price has actually seen a little bit of a rally since the 9th, so 2 days ago, or 1 day ago, since yesterday, on news that PayPal may be integrating Bitcoin in some fashion. So almond milk. So the first news item that we have linked below is the Coinapult graphic. As most of you might have heard, Apple had a press conference yesterday where they announced the new iPhone and they announced the new Apple Watch. The Apple Watch and the iPhone, and it's this new architecture where it's an interface, more so an ecosystem, whereby your technology is more seamlessly integrated into your life. That's going to be a theme throughout the program today as well. So anyway, Apple Pay is a feature that comes with this new hardware from Apple, and this infographic, which is linked below, found off of Reddit, is actually from Coinapult. It compares Bitcoin to Apple Pay. So Bitcoin, first one up is Apple Pay, right? So there's 7 billion mobile phones in the world. Supposedly 1.4 billion of those are smartphones, 294 million of those smartphones are iPhones, and Apple Pay is only available in the US right now, so that would be, I don't know, something like 10%, 29 million phones. Whereas Bitcoin, their argument here is that Bitcoin can be used by anybody with any kind of phone, smart or not smart, because of the SMS, Bitcoin over SMS functionality. So, I think it's a pretty fair argument, but at the same point in time, the adoption rate of people who have iPhones to using e-commerce over their phone is probably greater than, I'd say, most people who are text messaging on feature phones aren't sending Bitcoin over text message, is my point. But regardless, they go on to argue that at $199 for an iPhone, Apple is arguably a platform that merely serves the richest 15% of the world. This is a quote from Business Insider, so I can't attribute that to Coinapult, but I don't know if that's a fair argument that anything that costs $199 is just for the richest 15% of the world. Maybe that is true, but yeah, a lot of people in America have iPhones who don't have much else. But as Bitcoin has the potential to be the great equalizer, yeah. So it's a pretty cool infographic. I think they're just kind of jumping on the heels of the Apple announcement, which is fine. It's understandable. But I don't think it's a real competition. I don't think that Apple Pay is going after Bitcoin, nor do I feel that Bitcoin is in any way hindered by what Apple's doing. Some folks even go so far as to say that Apple Pay is going to help Bitcoin adoption, even though Apple Pay has nothing to do with Bitcoin, even though Apple Pay doesn't include Bitcoin at all. Those folks would say that because I guess it would create more awareness of the the notion of paying digitally without a physical item. So the Apple Pay, if you guys aren't aware, will allow you to kind of tap your phone if you have the iPhone 6 or your Apple Watch, if there's a new Apple Watch coming out. So it'll allow you to tap that just against the cash register, a little receiver credit card on the credit card machine there, and make your payment. So some folks say that that'll help in the Bitcoin adoption rate, in the sense that people will be familiar with the idea of transmitting value digitally without taking out a card or cash, writing a check. So that's interesting. Let's see what else we got here. We're on Twitter. I got a new Twitter account for this program. So if you want to tweet at me, it's at CryptoVVN. VVN is for Voluntary Virtues Network. So at CryptoVVN. If I don't get any tweets during the program, no big deal. I will just check them and respond to them for next week's show. All right. If you want to email me, you can email me for the show at CryptoVVN@yahoo.com. Let's see what's happening on Twitter real quick. Let's take a peek. Let's see. Oh, Minecraft. Little side note, getting bought out by Microsoft. That's the people that made or Minecraft is the game. But Minecraft is that game where it's like 2D, 3D, and you like hack around and break cubes and build huts and forts and whatnot like that. And yeah, I think Microsoft's giving us only $2 billion for that, so that's a pretty popular game nonetheless. So Voluntary Virtues is tweeting out something in French. They're tweeting a lot of French stuff recently. I don't understand what that's about. Nothing really interesting on Twitter. I should probably unfollow some people. I don't know who this guy is. He's got Bitcoin all over his stuff. Alright, anyway, so back to the news. Apparently online gambling is huge with Bitcoin, or vice versa. Bitcoin and online gambling are a natural match for one another. It has been reported by Coinbase. No, I'm sorry. It's been reported by, let me pull up the article. I don't know. But it was on Reddit. I'll find it. 1 second. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, so someone on Reddit just pulled up the hash of whatever, showing the transactions per month. So, any which way, yeah. Bitcoin gambling site Satoshi Bet has over $20 million worth of placed bets in the past calendar month. I guess I would say that would be of August. $20 million US, or 40,000 Bitcoin, 41,000 Bitcoin and some change, roughly, were wagered on Satoshi Bet alone last month. Side note, in that same Reddit thread, Coinbase has supposedly closed an account of a gentleman or a person going by the name of Crypto Liberty on Reddit for sending Bitcoin to a gambling site. So while Bitcoin, 40,000 Bitcoin is $20 million US. Sorry, that just tastes so good. That probably pales in comparison to the amount being wagered at real casinos in Vegas and in Atlantic City and whatnot, and all over. There's casinos all over the world. But $20 million in a month is a crap ton of money to be wagered on anything. So that's one website for Bitcoin gambling. So Bitcoin gambling is huge. This guy, Crypto Liberty on Reddit, said his account got closed by Coinbase. This is allegedly, obviously, that's what his first-hand account was. He said on Reddit that his account was closed for sending Bitcoin to a gambling site. He was sending send Bitcoin to a website called Betcoin. I think I linked betcoincasino.com and what was the other ones? Oh yeah, Satoshi Bet. Should both be in the show notes. So anyway, he later agreed. Coinbase later agreed to reactivate Crypto Liberty's account as long as they agreed not to gamble again. And their question was, can I send the Bitcoin from my Coinbase account to another Bitcoin address that I control, perhaps on blockchain.info or in a hard or soft wallet somewhere? I was recommending using the multi-bit wallet. Multi-bit is a wallet that allows you to have multiple wallets within one application, and you're actually not downloading the actual blockchain to your hard drive. So that allows you to keep a current recent record of transactions, and then the blockchain is referenced back on their servers. I guess it does involve a little bit of trust, but if you're not moving extremely large sums of, or holding extremely large sums of cryptocurrency, I do recommend the multi-bit wallet, because you can create not only just multiple wallets within your interface, you can create multiple receiving addresses per wallet ID. So you can do your school, work, friends, gambling, e-commerce, whatever, have all your different categories of uses built down into different wallets for budgeting, and then you can have within your wallets, you can have different receiving addresses for the types of sources of income you may receive. So if it's your business or personal, or maybe you have different blog sites that you operate and you have different donation buttons that you want to keep track of, you can have each button linked to a different receiving address in a multi-bit wallet, and that will give you the flexibility to know not just which buttons are getting the most donations, but you know that you're also keeping your identity and your you can also just, so you can have other wallets that are just for kind of like funneling money to hide, so that people can't know where your Bitcoin is and if you have it, because at the end of the day, the people on the Bitcoin network don't know what wallets are where. They just know that there's a relationship between different wallets. So okay, so don't go too far into that. We just know that gambling is big on with Bitcoin right now, and using intermediary wallets is a way to get around these type of bans. So if you're worried about sending something to something from Coinbase to somewhere else, I would just recommend sending it to another Bitcoin address first. Send it to your wallet, send it to a blockchain.info wallet, and then go to wherever this other areas you're worried about. Almond milk with cinnamon and stevia. Very good. So next story, I think this is really cool. I'm going to read some of this here. IBM is jumping into the blockchain world right now. Let me just see here what's going on. Anything in the chat room? No. Pretty quiet, pretty quiet. All right, cool. So IBM is jumping into the blockchain world. They have a project coming out where they want to incorporate the blockchain with the Internet of Things. This is being reported by CoinDesk today, this afternoon, actually. This has been aired, oh no, sorry, yesterday. Today. Yeah, today. Today's the 10th. It's aired Wednesday the 10th. So IBM researchers are looking into the possibility of using blockchain technology for the Internet of Things, or IoT, a term for the growing network of devices with basic computer-like capabilities that communicate over the web. The IoT is likely to bring a major change in the way we use technology, with interaction between connected everyday devices, such as pacemakers, fire alarms, or air conditioning units. and humans increasingly becoming the norm. So yeah, it seems pretty exciting. Pacemakers, fire alarms, AC units. I mean, they want to have 50 million devices connected, if I'm not mistaken. This program is called ADEPT, ADEPT, ADEPT. It's going to rely on 3 separate technologies in order to resolve the issues that they had with the Internet of Things in the past. I guess they had issues around the development and commercialization of the Internet of Things, and that's a nicer way of saying that they were having problems with hackers and security, because to have all these little cheap devices buzzing around, your whether, I mean, a pacemaker's not cheap, but maybe to have communication between your refrigerator and your TV and your bicycle, your garage door, whatever the case may be, to have all these little devices able to speak to one another, require a lot of authorization or authentization of identities on the networks between parties and between individual devices. So that's really hard to do, and it's really power consuming to do so. And it's, so power, processing power, battery power, these are all scarce resources. So what the blockchain allows is it allows these devices to just be broadcasting signals with specific information in them about relationships between devices, and that would go out to the blockchain, and that blockchain is mined or supported by nodes in some fashion in a decentralized manner, so as to act as a protection to these individual units. So maybe the unit itself could be destroyed, but let's say you had I'll just say you have a refrigerator, and then your refrigerator breaks, and you get a new one, and since it can just download its previous state, it could reconfigure all the shelves and all the temperatures and all the crisper settings and all that to the way you had it previously, because it's a preference on your local network as to how you like your refrigerator set. So the Internet of Things kind of allows that, and IBM is seeing that and jumping into that a little bit early, which is pretty cool. Another cool thing is this project Adept from IBM is not something they're going to completely commercialize either. It's to be open sourced and released on GitHub as well. So that's pretty cool. Some people might say this is kind of creepy or scary in a sense that, like, different devices can be talking to each other kind of without you really thinking about it. I mean, it's natural for our computers to talk to one another and our phones to talk to computers and phones to talk to other phones, but now for my toaster to talk to my ceiling fan, to talk to my refrigerator, and for all of them to be discussing things with my drum set or my front door lock or whatever, it does kind of make me wonder, are we maybe heading towards like the Terminator kind of world of Skynet and all that? Not really, but if it could get in the wrong hands, you know what I mean? Government hands, if you can get in the hands of the state, they could program all your appliances to just kind of do whatever you want and sabotage you in a sense. Little paranoid type thinking, but just thinking, once these devices are thinking for themselves, I guess the blockchain would be a way to protect against it being hacked or corrupted by government, but you have to wonder if the blockchain would really fully be successful at preventing that. So, yeah, we talked about the authentization problem of authenticating the identities. That's why the blockchain comes in handy there. The other two technologies that IBM's using on this project are using BitTorrent and Telehash. BitTorrent is a decentralized data transfer protocol, peer-to-peer, and Telehash is a communication protocol. So that's pretty cool that they're using all these decentralized encrypted technologies. I think that's the internet moving towards decentralization and encryption is a great thing for liberty, because and Bitcoin's obviously a big part of that, because what we want to do is we want to protect the individual. We want to protect individual rights. That's what the NAP does. The reason why NAP is superior to any other moral philosophy is because it puts the right of any individual on the same playing field and on the highest ground. So it is wrong to initiate aggression, because when you are not being threatened in any way, it is wrong to aggress upon people. It is one thing if you're being threatened, it wouldn't be aggression to act self-defense. It wouldn't be violence. So anyway, I'm going to read a little bit more to hear the advantages of this technology, of using the Bitcoin for this technology for IBM. They say, broadly, there are two main reasons behind the team's decision to use P2P technology. Cost is the primary factor, as managing all Internet of Things devices is a centralized cloud would simply be too expensive in the long run. Internet of Things devices are envisioned as low-cost, low-maintenance devices that should run for years, if not decades. The sheer number of devices represents a big challenge too. Speaking at the Intel Developer Forum 2014 on Tuesday, Brian Kranich said the company expects as many as 50 billion connected devices will be deployed by the end of the decade. So 50 billion devices, there's 7 billion people in the world. That's 7 times 7, basically 7 devices per person buzzing around, talking to one another, and connected to a decentralized, or at least partially decentralized blockchain. Pretty crazy, man. Internet of Things. Check it out, guys. It's a pretty out there idea, but pretty cool. IBM is a big company. They're getting involved with using the Bitcoin, or using not the Bitcoin blockchain, but using the blockchain technology to build products. So pretty cool. Let's see what else we got on the show for today. I like that they're keeping the project open source. So BitAngels is a investment firm that has been around in the Bitcoin scene since 2013. They had invested over $7 million into digital currency startup companies since 2013. BitAngels, and this is reported by CoinDesk, linked below. BitAngels has closed a $10,000 Bitcoin fund, or $10,000 Bitcoin. So that's about some odd million, 4.6 million right now, roughly. Fund that they had just raised additionally for decentralized applications. So this fund is not just for any Bitcoin company. It's not just for Bitcoin exchanges or Bitcoin banking startups or whatever. This 10,000 Bitcoin that was raised is to go towards decentralized applications. So if you or anyone you know is planning on creating a decentralized application, some sort of program or service that can be offered in a decentralized way through using Bitcoin technology, you could apply to probably receive some of this funding from BitAngels. So BitAngels is, like I said, a pretty known name in the fundraising space for Bitcoin companies, and they have done it again. They've raised more money. So I'll read you the beginning of this article here at CoinDesk. One-time tested measurement of an industry's promise is the amount of investment capital flowing into new ventures in the space. And now angel investor group BitAngels has closed a new fund that highlights the bright future of digital currencies and decentralized applications. Billed as the world's first distributed veteran entrepreneur and angel investor group, BitAngels has been an active organization in the Bitcoin community, having invested $7 million into digital currency startups since its inception in 2013. BitAngels co-founders Michael Turpin and David Johnson sat down with CoinDesk at Inside Bitcoin's new NYC to talk about their new fund, the BitAngels Fund 1. This is a quote from Turpin, I believe. We want this to be the first fund that focuses solely on decentralized applications of the Bitcoin protocol. We're only investing in open source companies, and we want to see this fund really go beyond just currency and payment protocols to other applications. So they are investing in things that are decentralized, and they're only investing in open source companies, and they want to see it go beyond just currency and payment protocols. So that's pretty cool. More money flowing into the Bitcoin ecosystem is a positive thing, without a doubt. Oh yeah, I'm actually broadcasting today from a new location, bouncing all over the place. I was in Florida for the past 6 months, and then I was in New Mexico for a month, and now I'm back in Florida. So since 2014, I've bounced around the bottom part of the country a little bit, and I'm back in a new area of Florida, in the Tampa area. I'm looking for some Bitcoin meetups and some companies that are operating in the Bitcoin space that might need marketing or website advice or assistance. That's what I do personally for a living, and this show is something I do out of a labor of love, as well as my other program I do on Fridays, which is Roads to Liberty on the same network, Voluntary Virtues. The Friday program, Roads to Liberty, is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's a program where we discuss the process of going from believing in centralized state authority to believing that the individual is the greatest minority and should be protected, and believing in principles such as the non-aggression principle, which is ultimately a principle which protects the individual greatest. So back to the Bitcoin stuff. BitAngels has 10,000 Bitcoin you can go get if you'd like to work on a decentralized project in the Bitcoin space. I got my girlfriend's at her new job today. She was texting me. She's working at a very chill bar downtown in this new town we are at, and she got her first table, so that's good. So what else is on the map for today in the Bitcoin space? Let's see if we have any tweets. No tweets, no tweets. Oh, so here's a cool thing. So apparently someone has supposedly hacked into Satoshi Nakamoto's email account. So Satoshi is the pseudonym for the person or whoever invented or created Bitcoin, whoever wrote the initial white paper and made the initial commit on the project. Now, it is supposed that it is alleged that someone, I forget, I don't have the name in front of me, has one of these online hacker types has breached into the email account of Satoshi Nakamoto and has been possibly bribing or blackmailing him. We don't know. He has not confirmed or denied that. But so basically, there's a chance that this could all be a hoax or all just hearsay and not true, that there's really no one who has access to Satoshi's email account. But I don't have all the information on this story right in front of me, but I do know that this is being talked about a lot. And also, there's another hack where 5 million Google passwords have been leaked on a Russian site. It's a Bitcoin-related site, so that's why it's related to Bitcoin. So I think what we're seeing is that a lot of these companies, even Google, Target was hacked recently. I think what we're seeing is that a lot of companies that pretend to be able to protect their customers against breaches in security can't really do so as much as they like to think they can. And I think that the Bitcoin technology is what the world will use most likely as a means of actually guaranteeing that security. By having an open source, you can see the source code of a project, so you know what software you're using and what it does, and you can see and verify it. Just like you can open the hood of your car and see that it's put together in a correct way. So whereas when you deal with a bank or a centralized institution, such as a government or a bank, you don't know what happens once you hand over the authority to that party to be a custodian for your goods or your property. You're relying on them to act in a positive way for you. So that's that. So Bitcoin is supposed to be integrated into PayPal a little bit. That's pretty cool. Yeah, listen, there's a documentary out called Bitcoin in Kenya. I was gonna watch it and report on it for this podcast, but I didn't get that far. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. It's 14 minutes, and if I had my technology figured out a little bit better, I would just put it on for the rest of the show, and you guys could watch it like through the. I would play it right now or something, but. And then there's all the IP law stuff too that I'd probably get me or Michael's account or channel banned. So I'm not going to do that, but there is a documentary on Reddit. I mean, it's on the front page of Reddit right now, and it's on YouTube. If you search Bitcoin in Kenya, it's a 14-minute video. It was just submitted 8 hours ago, and it's already getting upvoted a lot. So I would recommend maybe you guys all go check it out. I'm going to check it out after this program. Let's see what else we have in the news today. There is a Bitcoin festival in London beginning this Friday in Shoreditch, London, which will be Friday the 13th, no, Friday the 12th, to raise awareness and understanding of Bitcoin. It's called Blockstock, like Woodstock, I guess, but blockchain. So Blockstock, if you're in London, in the Shoreditch area, that's a 10-day festival starting Friday, all about Bitcoin. All right, that's cool. Yeah, it's pretty much what we're hearing mostly. I think that's all we got, guys, for today. I don't have much else to report on. Send me your Bitcoin-related questions. Send me your comments. Send me your guest ideas. If you have a Bitcoin-related company or project you'd like to promote, we do not charge for promotion at the time being, so you can come on the program and tell my audience about your project as long as it's somewhat unique and interesting and productive for Bitcoin or for digital currencies. We will arrange something to have you guys on. Just email me at cryptovvn at yahoo.com or on Twitter at cryptovvn on Twitter, and I will respond to you and we can try to work something out. Alright, guys, thanks for tuning in, watching. Sorry we didn't have a full hour today, but we don't have a ton of news to report on, I guess, right now in the Bitcoin space. Trying to line a guest up for next week. But talk to you soon, and check out more Voluntary Virtues videos. Bye-bye.